What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Grind, Sleep, Repeat podcast. Today, we're going to go over why your workouts are not working and how we fix that with our clients, both our in-person clients, our online training clients. You might be following a really structured workout, or you might be spending a lot of time in the gym and you're just frustrated with your workouts. You feel like you're putting in the effort, but you're not seeing the results. So today, I want to go through that in the podcast. I want to explain some of the biggest mistakes that we see when we meet with people, both in person when people are coming into the gym for the first time, when we're talking to people in online consultations. I want to go through a lot of the mistakes that we see people make consistently and how to fix that and how we fix that with our own personal training clients, with our online training clients, and everybody that we work with. So I am riding solo on the podcast today. If you guys are new to the podcast, or if you don't know, me and my wife post weekly content here on the Grind, Sleep, Repeat podcast. We are both personal trainers. We're both online fitness coaches. We both own our own gym here in Nebraska. And we also have a very busy family life. We have 3 kids together. 2 of them are in select baseball. So our week is crazy busy. This week, we just had one of those weeks where we were not able to set up a time together to both be on the podcast. But we wanted to get something out together. Alyssa's training more than she ever has. I'm training more than I ever have at the gym here, and the week is just busy. But we felt that we wanted to get something out. We wanted to stay consistent. And that's really something that I want to speak to in the beginning that you can replicate in your own fitness and your whole workout program, your diet, is that consistency is so freaking important. If you're not staying consistent with what you're doing, you're not giving it enough time to see the progress and the results that you want to see, it's not going to happen. So we feel that same way. And as coaches, we feel that, we haven't missed a single week in this podcast. We've been doing it for over a year. Like I said, our plate is pretty full. Not to complain at all, but I just want to put that out there that consistency is so important with anything that you do, with your fitness, with your diet, with your workout program, with your business or your job or your relationship. Consistency is so, so important. So when you structure that program and when we're meeting with people, I set up consults for people that are looking to join our online training program. And a lot of times what I'll see is people are very sporadic with their workouts. One week it might be they worked out 6 days a week and it was awesome. And then the next week it's 2. And then the next week it's 1. And then it's none. And then they go 3 weeks up without working out. And then it's back to that. I'm going to go back to the gym and I'm going to go every single day this week. And it's very sporadic and it's not consistent. And that is one huge piece that we need to fix and that we really try to emphasize with our own training clients is that consistency will always beat this perfect program where we're doing every single day, we're working out as hard as we possibly can, but it's not sustainable. So the consistency quotient is so important with the gym. It's so important with your diet, because if we're crushing it in the gym and we're not following a structured plan with our diets and we're not staying consistent, anybody can track their macros for one day. What really takes effort and really takes a lot of focus and attention is to track your macros consistently and hit the macros that we calculate for you and for our clients every single day to reach your goals. Because anybody can go to the gym and they can work out hard for an hour, but it's the other 23 hours of the day that can really make a big difference in reaching your fitness goals or just reaching your fitness goals faster. There's no shortcut for hard work. There's no shortcut to results. But if you are following structure and you're staying consistent with it, and you're staying consistent with that structure, that really is going to be the fastest route to reaching your goals, whatever that might be, whether it's fat loss, whether it's building muscle, whether it's training for an endurance race, or maybe you have a strength goal, or whatever your fitness goal is. Having consistent effort, consistent progress, showing up consistently day after day after day. If you can do the mundane, boring, consistent workouts where you're just trying to beat what you did every single time, you're going to be able to see the progress that you want as long as you're following some structure. So that's what I wanted to speak to first. And like I said, that's why we wanted to put something out today, even if we couldn't record together. My wife would be here if she could on the podcast just this week. Like I said, we're in the 4th year of our gym. And we are busier than we've ever been, which is awesome. It's great from a financial stability point and just from a community basis here at the gym and for our business and everything that we're trying to do here at FitGrind with growing this business. But that does obviously take more time throughout the week. So we just wanted to kind of correlate that consistency is important, and we are dedicated to putting out weekly content here on the Grind, Sleep, Repeat podcast and just being a good resource for you that you can rely on to put out weekly content on fat loss, building muscle, hybrid training, how to structure diet, macros, fitness-related goals, and just putting out consistent content every single week. So that's what we're going to do today. So the next piece that I want to talk about, building off of what I was just talking about with the consistency piece, is another massive mistake that I see when I meet with people, whether they're coming into the gym for the first time or they are on the phone with me for an online consultation and they're interested in joining our online program, is they'll program hop. They never follow a structured plan, or if they do, they don't give that program enough time. And I'm going to be real with you. There is no substitute for hard work and for consistent effort, and there's no shortcut to the results that you want. We can optimize things, we can create programs, and we can really tailor things to your specific goals and give you the best shot and the best outcome at reaching your goals in the fastest time possible. But there's no shortcut. There's no substitute for hard work. There's no substitute for consistent work, like I was just saying. But if you are not giving the program enough time to see the results that you want to see, you try a program and you do it for 2 weeks, you didn't see 5-10 pounds of fat loss, you jump to the next program. You jump to the next program. If you're constantly program hopping, you're not giving the program enough time to create the stimulus and the changes that you want to see. Whether that is body fat loss, whether that is building muscle, whether that is increasing your performance or running faster, lifting heavier and getting stronger. All of these things, they take time, and you have to understand that. And the biggest thing that I will try to help with clients, if they need some sort of like approach on how to approach their fitness, is I want my clients to see the best results in the shortest amount of time. But with that said, I know as a coach that it's not going to happen overnight. So what I'll always speak to is speaking to enjoying the process. I'll speak to finding performance goals that we can chase after, trying to build strength, trying to increase performance, whether that's that people want to do their first pull-up, they want to do their first 10 push-ups, they want to run their first mile, or they want to run their first mile in a certain amount of time. We want to focus on these performance metrics that we can chase after every single day, because that way every single workout has its own purpose. It's almost like a little piece of a puzzle that I know by coming in and doing this workout, it gets me one step closer to my goal. And if you can get lost in that process and enjoy that process, you start to see some progress by getting stronger. Maybe you're training for an endurance race and you're running faster, and you notice that that is starting to pay off. And then 2, 3, 4 weeks go by, you hop on the scale and you have an awesome weigh-in where you've lost body fat, you've put on muscle, and you feel really good. So that's something that I can really speak to, and I would highly advise is set up your program in a way that you can focus on performance metrics, not just body composition metrics or a weight loss goal. That can't be the only thing that you're chasing, because if that's the only thing that you're chasing, it's going to take time and it's going to be very frustrating. And this is not going to happen overnight. If you're trying to lose 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds, I'm not saying that it can't be done, but I'm saying that's going to take some time, and you need to have other goals that you're constantly chasing, because it didn't take 4 weeks to gain 50 pounds, and it's not going to take 4 weeks to lose 50 pounds. Same thing with building muscle. It's going to take some time to build some muscle. You have to follow a structured plan. You have to enjoy the process. You have to be doing workouts that you generally like, eating food that you generally like. And if you can do that, you're going to be so much more consistent with that. And you're going to be so much more willing to go the extra mile with your program, with your diet. And this is going to be more of a sustainable lifestyle that you can not only reach your goal, but you can also sustain that goal. Because that's also a huge mistake that I see when I meet with people is people will tell me that, hey, Jordan, a year ago, I got in really good shape and I was doing a crash diet. I was doing workouts every single day for 2 hours. I got in awesome shape. But as soon as I stopped that, I lost my progress. Because if you're doing this, you're not building your fitness, you're not building your progress on a sustainable platform, not on a sustainable base. So that's what we really try to speak to with our clients is you have to create a program that is going to be sustainable. Because what I want to do as a coach is I want to create a program that you can see awesome progress with, that you can enjoy and have fun and realize that it is an addition to your life. It's building your fitness. It's a positive addition to your life. And once you reach your goal, either we set the next goal or we teach you how to maintain that progress. Because at the end of the day, no one wants to spend the next 6 months to a year of working their ass off, working super hard. They're tracking their macros. They're being super consistent. And when they reach their goal, 3 months later, they go back to square one. That's really frustrating. That's not what we want. And as a coach, that's something that I really try to help with clients to understand, that this is a lifestyle. This is something that we want to enjoy, we want to embrace. And I'm going to create the program that's going to help you reach the goal the fastest, but that doesn't mean that it's going to happen overnight. So we have to understand that. We have to set other goals rather than just a weight loss goal or just a body fat loss goal or just a amount of muscle that we want to build. There has to be other goals that you can track. Now, say that you do set your goals and you're setting goals for maybe 1 month, maybe you have 3-month goals, maybe you have 6-month goals, and maybe you have a year down the road, things that you want to accomplish. It's a really good way to structure your goals. But what I always say is once you reach your goal, maybe that 1-month goal, set another 1-month goal. So you always have to constantly be chasing and always have to be raising the bar, because as soon as you get complacent with what you're doing, that's where a lot of progress can stop too. And that's the next mistake that I see people make when they're creating a program on their own or they're not working with a coach like us, is they'll set a goal, they'll follow a program initially because they're really excited, they see that initial progress, and maybe 1, 2, 3 months go down the road and they lose that enthusiasm. Maybe they've lost 10 pounds and that was their initial goal, but they don't take the time to set that next goal. So once you reach your goal, you always have to ask yourself, what is next? This is a game of that next level that you can always take it to, because with your fitness, I'm a firm believer that there is no ceiling to the things that you can accomplish as long as you mentally set the next goal and you actually believe that you can achieve it. If you are like, I'm going to set this goal, but we'll see what happens, then yeah, you're probably not going to reach it, because if you tell yourself that you can't do something, more than likely, you're not going to be able to do it. So once you reach a goal, set that next goal. Always be thinking about what's next, what's down the road, what are some other possible things that I could work on. And, there's really no limit to the things that you can achieve. You say maybe you are somebody that has always done strength training and you've always lifted and you've never done any sort of endurance training. Sign up for a 5K, sign up for a 10K, maybe just go to the track and run your first mile. Cardio is going to be super good for your health. It's going to be good for your longevity, improving your VO2 max, improving your heart health. And it's something that's going to pair really well with strength training, to where if you can build a more efficient cardiovascular system, it's going to help with your strength training. It's going to help deliver more blood flow to your working muscles. And there's going to be a great carryover between your cardio and your strength. Or on the flip side, say you're somebody that you've never lifted a weight in your life, you're scared of it, you typically stick to the Stairmaster or the elliptical or the treadmill. I dare you to try and lift some weights and build some confidence with that. It doesn't have to be this 1 rep max, lift as heavy as I possibly can that people think of when they think of strength training. It can be trying to improve your fitness, trying to improve your overall health and your function, improving your bone density for longevity. There's a lot of benefits to strength training other than just being a meathead of lifting weights and building muscle. There's a lot of longevity benefits. So there's a lot of carryover. Obviously, every program needs to have cardio, it needs to have strength, there needs to be a diet component to the program. Those are 3 pillars that no matter what your goal is, you need to be optimizing those 3 to reach your goal, or to at least reach your goal the fastest and most efficient way possible. So make sure that you're setting those up in a way and setting your goals up in a way that you can always work on the next thing, and that it's balanced. Don't always think so narrow-minded that, I only have strength goals and I only have building muscle goals, or I only have running goals and endurance goals, or I only have body fat loss goals. Broaden your horizons, challenge yourself to do new things, because you're going to grow with your health, with your fitness, and as an individual if you broaden your horizons with your fitness journey. There's nothing to say that you can't mix and dabble different things together, and always be looking to up the ante and try new things to just become more balanced, more rounded in your own fitness journey, and you're going to become better for it. So the last thing that I want to touch on, I don't have a ton of time today. Like I said, today's going to be more of a quick podcast, but the last thing that I want to touch on that I see time and time again, I'm meeting with people at the gym, we set up a free consultation, or I set up a phone call for people that are looking to join our online coaching program. And I see this time and time again, is people do not follow structure. It's the lack of a program, and it's the lack of progression. Anybody can kill themselves in the gym. They can work out super hard, or any coach can put together a really hard workout. Hard doesn't always mean better. What we need to focus on is we need to focus on progression. So really what we're looking to do when we go to the gym is we're looking to stimulate our body, give our body just a little bit more than it's used to, and it's going to adapt to that. Say that you're typically doing a bench press and you're doing 15-pound dumbbells and you can get 15 reps easy. Pick up the 20s, pick up the 25s, see if you can get that 6 to 8 rep range. Or say that you can comfortably run a mile at 9-minute mile pace. Try and pump to 8:30, try and pump to 8, or maybe you're doing 800-meter repeats. There's always ways to consistently stimulate your body in a way that it's not used to. And your body is an amazing tool. It's an amazing machine, and it's going to adapt to that in a positive way. So as coaches, what we do is we structure the program in a way that's going to be built on progression. So typically what we'll do with our clients is there's always a structure, there's always a plan, there's a rhyme and a reason to the things that we're doing. And as soon as our body adapts to what we're doing, we have to take it upon ourselves as coaches to provide that next progression for our clients so they can continue to make progress. Because when you first start in the gym, you're going to see all this amazing progress. We call it newbie gains. And, you basically just look at the weights and you make progress. Or you basically you start a fitness program and you see progress. But what happens is your body gets used to that. It's like, whoa, what's happening? We need to acclimate. We need to become more aerobically fit. We need to build some muscle. We need to drop some body fat. And you see all this initial progress. And what happens is people don't take it upon themselves to progress the program, to give their body a new stimulus that they're not used to, whether that's more weight, more sets, more reps, more challenging variations of exercises. The progressions are really endless. But as coaches, what we do is structure the program in a way that we can continue to make progress, not just for 1 month, but month after month after month after month. You always have to be up in the ante. I'm not saying that if you're doing 300-pound squats this week that you should be doing 400-pound squats next week. But what I'm saying is there needs to be progression in your program slowly over the course of time so that the weights that we're lifting this month, the workout that we're doing this month, we're not doing the same thing a year from now. We should progress in some way, shape, or form. And that's really what we do as coaches to set up the program in a way that we're not only going to make progress with our body composition by building muscle and losing body fat, but we're also going to become stronger. We're going to build muscle. We're going to become more mobile. We're going to focus on building our aerobic engine and just building a more healthy, functioning cardiovascular system. And that all comes with a structured plan. Following progression, following periodization, and knowing when to program more, when to program less, looking out for signs of overtraining, undertraining. Are we seeing adequate progress? Are we not seeing enough progress? With our diet, what sort of variables do we need to make? Do we need to up the calories? Do we need to decrease the calories? Do we need to increase the movement? There's lots of variables, but as coaches, we really take that guesswork out and provide the progression from month to month. So you don't see progress initially, but you see progress month after month after month. So if that sounds like something you guys are interested in, you guys are ready to take the guesswork out and you'd like to start working with us in our online training program, we'd love to start working with you. We have a link down in the comment section below. You can click on that link, fill out that form on our website, and we can set up time to chat more about your goals. We can tell you more about our online training program, the things that we offer with it, and how we can help you structure a program that's based on your own specific goals and is tailored to you, and start working with you to continue to progress your program. Because like I said, anybody can put together a hard workout. What we aim to do is we aim to create a program that is not only going to work this month, but it's going to continue to work because we're going to progress it from month to month, work with you to stay consistent, and build the diet program to match your goals as well. So if you'd like to start working together or you're interested in learning more, we would love to set up a time to chat. Like I said, go down to the comment section, click on that link, fill out that form, and let's set up a time to talk more. So like I said, more of a quick podcast today. We wanted to get something out this week and stay consistent with this podcast because we are dedicated to posting weekly content here on the Grind, Sleep, Repeat podcast. So thanks for tuning in, guys. And as always, if you guys have questions, we would love to help out any other way we can. Just let us know down in the comment section and we will get back to you. So thanks for watching, guys. Go check out the videos on the top of the screen here next, and we will see you guys in the next one.